with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we're here. We're here. I have no clue how I'm smiling, but we're here. All right. We lost that football game. Texas beat us. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to all of the fans out there. Hold on for 1 second. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to all of the fans out there. Hold on. But yeah, man, shout out to all the Texas fans that's in this podcast and stuff like that. And I'm here to honestly say, guys, we got our ass whooped. We got beat. We got beat. But if you would have told me that we would have gotten beat 17-7 with how the way this ball game looked, I would have told you that you're a damn lie. You're a damn lie. I will say this. This game is totally on Mike Elko and Colin Klein. I understand the defense gave up 17 points. Don't get me wrong on that. But that defense sat there and they held Texas to 17 points to end the damn game. What else do you want your defense to do? What else? What else do you want them to do? Please, man, somebody come on here and tell me. Not give up 17 points in the first half? Yeah, I don't want them to do that neither. But guess what? Texas was one of your best offensive teams that your ass was going to play. They already knew where they were coming to. It was 109,000 people. And we scored 0 offensive points. Jimbo Fisher was an ass, right? Don't get me wrong on that. Jimbo Fisher was an ass. But ain't no way Jimbo was going to walk out with 0 goddamn points. Y'all let that sink in, man. Even against a rival, he wasn't going to walk out with 0 goddamn offensive points. We literally scored no fucking points. No offensive points. We had a fucking pick 6 and that was it. Come on, man. What are we doing? And then we had 2 red zone drives, and me and my son sat here and we called this damn game. I say pick 6, bro. He gonna have pick 6 in this game. I say, hey, you gotta go block the punt right here. Block punt. Couldn't believe it. Still didn't score no damn points. What are we doing? I could have coached that goddamn game better than that offensively, man. What are we doing? At some point, you gotta let your nuts hang out. And you didn't let your fucking nuts hang out. That's basically what happened. You didn't let your nuts hang out. At some point, you gotta stop telling us to show up to the goddamn game. And we sit up there and we flat out ass let head. What we gonna say? Oh man, that's the best. I mean, the Texas defense was that was one of the best defenses in the country. That's the excuse that we gonna give. I'm telling you right now, they handed us that game, and we flat out fucking walked out there and we lost. We lost. That was the best defense, yeah. True enough, hands down. But you can't sit up here and tell me that you didn't have better plays where Texas was about to get beat. You put in a better offensive play calling than that, Texas is beat 21-17. Hands down. Even Texas knows that. That was a game, man, you gave to Texas. You gave them that. You gave them that. You let them walk in here in the SEC for the first goddamn year in the conference, and you let their asses go all the way to Atlanta. No, man. Damn that. Yeah, this is Mike Elko first year. I'm not mad at it. I can't be mad at Elko. This is Elko's first year. You know what? Shout out to Mike Elko for putting himself in this position to be the roadblock in Texas way. But what does that say about the SEC? Damn, were we really not that good? Were we really not that good? To let Texas come in here in the first year, march their asses in here, let Texas build a team, and where we've been in the goddamn conference, and we were right there, just like 2012, and we didn't go. We didn't go. We did not go. Last game, we were totally trash. In South Carolina, we were totally trash. The month of November, SEC games, and this is what This is what I fucking hated. This is what I hated. Excuse my language in this podcast right now. This is what I fucking hated. I hated the fact that they made a choice to go with Marcel Reed. And then when they made a choice to go with Marcel Reed as a permanent starter at quarterback, he lost all 3 SEC games. You don't name him the starter on the goddamn road like that. They set up, then you sit up here and you name him the starter, and then Marcel Reed has to come out there and he is taking all of these losses. He's taking all of these losses. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of the blame is going to be put on him. It's a lot of shit that's going to be thrown on Marcel Reed. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. 12th man was there. Any Texas fan coming in here saying, hey, what happened to the 12th man? 12th man was there. The offense wasn't there. The Texas A&M defense was there. The offense wasn't there. And they let Texas get on their ass. And Colin Simmons, I'm going to give him he deserves talking shit. Why? Because they own us right. They own us. I'm not trying to hear that rivalry record shit. But they own us in 2024. We have nothing to say to those guys but, hey, good game. That's it. Good game. It is what it is. This 8-4 shit, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the 8-4. 8-4, man, y'all got to bury that shit regular season already. If you're going to sit up here and tell me that we're going to be fans and we're going to go 8-4 goddamn year, you a goddamn lie. You're a goddamn lie, because we're not going to accept that every goddamn year. 8-4 some years, but we're not going to sit up here and accept that shit every year, man. We're not. We're not, man. I told y'all what my reason was for why I wanted Connor Wegman to continue being the starter. It was because I knew Marcel Reed wasn't a polished passer yet. Marcel Reed was also not a person that continuously looked down the damn field, man. He ain't a polished passer, bro. Stop making him pass the ball. Run the fucking zone read already. Run the zone read. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't run the zone read. Man, that play calling on 4th and goal, in which I sat up here and I said, hey, man, you got to take the fucking field goal, bro. You got to get some points out of this. No. Hey, stop. 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 No, stop. Come on. Go outside. Hold on, guys. Let me let my dog out. Hold on. Come on here. But yeah, my bad on that one, guys. I had to let my dog out. Please forgive me on that. Yes, I am a dog dude, okay? But, man, you don't... And at some point, stop being scared to use your tight ends. Stop being scared to use your tight ends. You have multiple of them. Why didn't you use them? Why? Why? You got fucking Trey Watson. You got Theo Melvin-Armstrong. You got Donovan Green. You ain't used none of them damn tight ends like you should have used them. Don't come here and give me that shit on, well, the Texas D-line kept on getting in the backfield. No, they didn't. No, they did not. Throw the damn ball to the tight ends, man. Call some tight end plays. I can't be mad at Elko, I guess, man. Damn, man, it's the dude first year. But I said it in this season. I say the floor was 9-3. Your ceiling was 11-1. You have went under your floor. You have absolutely went under your floor. And you went back to the 8-4 minimum. So now, as a head coach with Texas A&M, you have to live with that 8-4. You got to live with that 8-4 crap again. And you got to see what bowl game you get to, and then you got to win a bowl game, and then you got to go 9-4, and then it's like, oh well, man, this is a forgiving season, man. We went 9-4, guys. God damn, are we gonna keep on going 9-4? 9-4 turns into 7-5. 7-5 turns into like, oh, I think we might win it this season. I'm going to ask this question for everybody in that locker room that's sitting here watching that podcast, and all of the coaches in that A&M locker room that's sitting here watching this podcast. Do you want to be elite? Do you want to be a school that can win 10 games? Because we ain't seen a 10-win season in forever. So now it's like next year we need to win 10 games. We said that shit this year, man. Hey, man, we need to win 10 games. We ain't going to win 10 games this year. We're not going to win 10 games this year. We're not. We're absolutely not. We're going to sit around and we're going to look for a bowl game. We're probably going to go back to the Houston Bowl, which is the Texas Bowl, I guess. I don't know what the hell they call the shit nowadays. And it's going to be well, guys, it was a pretty good season. We're going to look for a Big 12 matchup. I'm tired of that shit, man. I am so tired of that. I'm going to watch the game. I'm not going to freaking lie to you. But I'm going to have to come on here next year with another football season coming up ahead in 2025. And we're going to talk about this again. What I'm mad about is that A&M was the roadblock. We lost the rivalry game to the rivals. And you let Texas come into this conference. That will be the talking point for the remainder of the year. You let Texas come into this conference, and they showed you how it looks to get to the SEC title game. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts, man. God damn, that hurts. That hurts as a fan base, man. That shit hurts, man. Yeah, I know how them. I can't imagine how them kids feeling in that locker room. But us as fans, that shit hurts. In the month of November, we went 0-3. In the month of November, I'm going to say that again, we went 0-3. This team started out 5-0 in SEC play. Ended up going 5-1 and 6-1. No, I'm sorry. Ended up going, 5-1 to 5-2, and now you're 5-3. South Carolina beat you. Auburn beat you, which makes no sense to me. And then Texas came into your house and beat you. They have went on a straight losing skid to SEC opponents. 3 straight losses to SEC opponents to end the season. I don't know how you explain it. I don't know how you explain it. That's tough, man. That's tough. That is tough. You gotta. I have no clue what our depth look like, but I'm gonna definitely go back and look at that. I'm gonna go back and look at that. I can't stand when a new coach comes in and we have to hear that, well, he got to get his kids in here. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Oh, he got to get his players in here, man. He got to get his players in here. At some point, we got to stop with the he got to get his players in here. Yeah, I know it's true. I understand. But, golly, man. And I think, gosh, John, you know what? I hate to say it. Johnny done a number on this. Johnny Manziel done a number on this because we want to get back to that so bad. And when it's right there, right in our faces, it just gets grabbed from us. It just gets taken from under our feet, and it's a rug that just gets pulled away almost every year. The only year where it felt really fucking good was 2020. That's it. That's it. That's the only other season where it felt real good was 2020. 2020. They got us. They got us, man. God damn, this the rivalry. And I told y'all all season, I say, man, A&M is going to win that game against Texas. They had a chance to win it, too. Damn, they had a couple of chances to win it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. Fucking Texas goes to the SEC championship game in year one. A&M was here year one, had a chance to go to the SEC championship game as well. Didn't do it. A&M is here year 13, had a chance to go to the SEC championship game again. Didn't do it. At some point, you got to do it already. At some point, you got to do it already. You have to do it. And you've fallen into this hole in where you're not doing. You can't do it. You can't do it yet. So you build up the hype, you build up the momentum, and the blah 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 blah, and we get out there, man, and we don't fucking do it. We don't do it. We seen it be done in baseball. Right? We've seen A&M get to the SEC title game in baseball. Three times, I might add. We've seen A&M get to the SEC championship in basketball in like back-to-back years. And to my knowledge, to be honest with you, they're going to get there again this year. We've seen A&M win the SEC championship in golf and get there to the SEC championship. We've seen A&M get to the SEC championship in Square Year. We've seen them get there. I don't know if they've been there swimming and diving. I'm gonna have to go and check some things. We've seen A&M win SEC titles in track and field. We've seen A&M get to the national title game in baseball. Football, and where football is the only sport and where it's just like, God damn. It's just not adding up. You got the talent, you got the money. Hell, you even got the damn coaches. You're just missing something. Hell, you even had a Heisman Trophy one. You're missing something. You're missing something. And for the life of me, I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on it. I came in this year. I told you about how good Connor Wigman was, about what he was going to do for that program. in ETC, and he gets benched. I told you about how good the defensive line was. It get to the last part of the season, that defensive line looked ass. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the players overthinking. But I don't get it in football. And this has been 13 straight years of where I just don't get it in football. I don't. We've got one of the best strength and conditioning coaches, in which is Tony Moffitt. He's been damn good all season. A lot of y'all talking about, I hear you talking about, man, you joking. I just want to let you know right now, we had the number 10 most talented roster in all of college football, and we went 8-4. We still went 8-4. We had our shot to go 9-3, in which we have never went 9-3 to end the season. We've went 10-2. In which was Johnny's first year, in which was our first year, but we had our shot to go 9-3. And it's, damn, man, damn. And yeah, I'm seeing all of the brother chats. Hold on, let me look at this. And it will always be the brother. Losing to Auburn had me checked out. We really don't this year. We have big names, but they underperform or we're inconsistent for the most part. This football this football team had the chance to go 11-1, and it baffled me. It baffles me, man. It really baffles me. I don't think the wide receiver core was good this year. They were very mediocre. I mean, shit, the list goes on, but I give credit to Mike Elko and Colin Klein for working with these guys. And also the Wiggins guy, which is the wide receiver coach. I give him credit for that, man. But, man, this wide receiver core was, hell, let's face it, this wide receiver core was awful this year. They were awful. Yeah, I think they'll be better next year. Don't get me wrong on that. They will be very much better next year. It's no doubt in my mind that they'll be better next year. But and D. Taylor, you've never ever heard me say that A&M was an elite program. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. But yeah, I've already said I give Texas their credit. I give Texas all the credit in the world. Hey, their defense came out and they showed up. Texas showed up. And it baffles me that Texas came in here the first year and they marched their asses right on to an SEC championship game. Marched right on in there and planted their flag and telling all of college football, we belong here. I don't know, man. So I'm going to be honest with you, man. It starts in recruiting. A&M, they have to go out there and they have to recruit. Will you get top 4 classes with Mike Elko? You're not going to get that until after year 2. You won't have a top 4 class this year. I'm not going to come in here and act like they are going to get a top 4 class. That's a goddamn lie. I think we're entering into uncharted territories of when Texas is coming to the conference now. So now you are going to have to compete with them, just like you had to compete with them when they was in the Big 12. But now, since Texas has gotten to an SEC title game, it's going to be a lot of those recruits that are going to lean towards Texas. And you're going to lose a lot of those guys. I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to be dead ass honest with you. You're going to lose a lot of them. You let them win the first game back in the conference. You let them win the first game in 13 years, and where they just got inside of the conference, and they're going to totally dominate that on the recruiting trail. I know that for a fact. But this is what it's going to take. And this is why I'm excited about Mike Elko, because Mike Elko brings you that R.C. Slocum vibe. He doesn't care about what people says. He's going to get out there and he's going to play his ball game, whether he wins or loses. And sometimes you need that in the coach. You need that in the coach to shut up the fan base, and you need that in the coach to shut up other opposing teams. Mike Elko is going to have to put on his R.C. Slocum hat. You know, in my term of words, he's going to have to put on his R.C. Slocum hat. And Texas fans know who R.C. Slocum is, and a bunch of Texas fans hated R.C. Slocum. Why? Because he totally dominated their asses. He dominated the Southwest Conference. But guess what? We ain't in the Southwest Conference anymore, and we're not back old school. This the SEC, which is the Southeastern Conference. So I said this many and many of times. He has to get his ass up. This is Mike Elko. And he has to go and play football. He has to go and play football. So I believe that you will see that from Mike Elko going, years forward. An 8-4 record is good for him as a first start of the year. Us A&M fans would have liked to see way more, would have liked to see a better result. But he's a first-year head coach, and I'm not going to get in his ass like that. Okay? I'm not going to get on his ass like that. It's the first year. We'll continuously see what product you put out there on the field. All right? I do believe his defense will get better. This is not the last of that defense you're going to see. The last time we seen Elko against Steve Sarkisian's offense, he hung 56 on our ass. This time around, Sarkisian is the head coach, and he only hung 17 on our ass. Me personally, I feel real goddamn good about that. Years out. That lets me know that you finally figured out Steve Sarkisian. Okay? So that's the good part about it. The question for us is, can you figure out this offense already? Can you make this offense more sustainable? And can you make this offense more prolific? That's all we want to know. That's it. And if you can't make this offense more prolific, then make it a game manager by all means. That's it. You got to make it a game manager. Also, can you find a quarterback? Can you find your quarterback? I'm fine with Reed, but if Reed doesn't develop as a passer going into next year's season, man, we're going to be stuck in the same boat. We're going to be stuck in the same boat again. You got to make Reed not be an elite passer, but be a damn good one. You gotta teach him how to read a defense. But Colin Klein, you also can't put him in bad situations. That's just that, man. You cannot put him in those bad situations like that. I'm not a fan of gimmicky offenses. So I do not want to see that shit. I do not want to see that shit next year. But all I'm gonna say is that the quarterback battle for next year is going to be another battle again, because you do not have a man. In my mind, you don't have a quarterback yet. You don't. You do not have a quarterback yet. Reed is good, but you can tell Reed ain't developed yet, buddy. And I said this. A lot of people in I see one talking about, hey man, Connor is hitting the portal. Boy, I've been said once they told Connor he wasn't starting anymore, Connor's gone. Anybody expecting Connor Wakeman to come back? Connor's gone. Man, that's all she wrote on that one. All right, so guys, I went on and on and on. That's it for me on tonight. I'll probably be back on tomorrow. But I can tell you right now, I don't think A&M will drop down out the rankings, but they'll go to number 25. I know that for sure. But other than that, that's all I got for y'all, man. I love y'all. Get it.